Hi guys, it's time for our proportion and percent workout number 19, and we are still using our percent bars to help us solve. Today's problem is a little bit different, so let's go through and talk about it. It says 4 students found 66% of 20. Fill in the blanks and figure out the relationships each student used to solve the problem. What is 66% of 20? So let's start with student 1. Student 1 put percents on the bottom, numbers across the top, lined up 100% at 20, and then 10, so that would be 50% here. Looks like they got to 2 by dividing by 5, so we're going to divide 50 by 5, and that gives us our 10%. 6% we can find from the 60%. So if we add 10% and 50%, we get 60%. So 2 plus 10 gives us 12. Now we can divide by 10 to get to 6. So when we divide 12 by 10, we get 1.2. So 1.2 is our 6%. 12 is our 60%. And then to find 66%, we would add those two numbers for a total of 13.2. That is correct. So we want to make sure that all the other students also get 13.2 when they solve, okay? So let's look at student number 2 and let's see how their thinking went. So we have student number 2, 0 and 0 right here on the left. They also did percents along the bottom, and 20 and 100% lined up here. They went, looks like they went all the way down to 1% to get 0.2. And then I guess multiplied that by 6 to get to 6%. So 6 times 2 is 12. I have one decimal place. I'm going to put my decimal place right there. So 0.2 multiplied by 6 is 1.2. I can get to 60 by multiplying by 10, and that's just moving that decimal place. So that gives us 12. And then 66% would come by adding 6% and 60%, and so that gives us 13.2. So both of these pretty easy to do. 13.2 using the given percent. Let's look at student number 3. So student number 3, percents on the bottom, whole numbers on the top, 66 and 100. What? Wait a minute. But 66 was my percent. Well, remember, we said that percents were reversible. So if we're looking for 66% of 20, then we know that we can solve for 20% of 66. Okay, so that's what our percents are, reversible basically. Okay, so you can kind of pick and choose which ones you want to set up. Okay, so this, we're going to do the opposite for this one. 66 here, 100% here. Went to 10%, I'm assuming, by dividing by 10. So we're going to divide by 10, which gives us 6.6. To get to 20%, multiply it by 2, and we get 13.2. Super easy. And then our last and final student, I'll pick up the green for this one. Since 66% of 10 is blank, 66% of 20 is twice that. So this person took the 66%, which was 13.2. So they probably did this solving here before they got to that. But this person just said, okay, if 66, oh, I wrote the wrong thing, 66% of 10, so they used a 10 instead of the 20. So you would get 6.6 So if 66% of 10 is 6.6, then 66% of 20 would be double that. And so that would be 13.2. I don't love this method, guys. My favorite is actually this one right here, which was super simple, or maybe even this first one. Okay, be careful if you reverse, make sure that you are writing it correctly. And in fact, you might want to make a little note to yourself and make sure that you are moving the percent, creating and doing it the opposite way to make sure you get the right answer. But this does work. So 66% of 20 and 20% of 66 are the same number. So use this strategy to help you set up and solve and hopefully make the math simpler.